Final talk, final talk, final talk with Tavis, Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis. And I'm Tavis. I hope all of you are doing great. I have been home I'm actually back in my place because I spent I think the whole month of July with my mom and with my sister and with my niece and with my nephew. And it's good to be back in Kansas City. It's like I'm taking a vacation from my vacation. Okay. And the thing is, my niece, Charisma, okay, she's 5 years old now. And she has this tablet. And she knows how to manipulate and push these buttons. And she goes to YouTube. And this girl knows how to find her uncle on YouTube. She now knows my channel. So, Charisma, if you're watching, this is your uncle. I hope that you are being a good girl and you know that I love you dearly. She is so precious. I spent all of July with her and my mom and so forth and so forth. And it was fun being home. I worked my butt off being home. And if they're watching, they're probably watching because my niece, Charisma, she's probably going to show her mom, look, Mom, Uncle Tavis has a video up. I worked my butt off. People, I think I lost about 5 pounds, and that's a good thing. Yes, I'm on this, I've been trying to lose lots of weight, and I tell you, if you live in the country and you have things to do in the yard, you will lose weight. People, okay, I was cutting down trees, I was installing doorknobs, cleaning out shed houses. My dad he owns 3 shed houses. And I was cleaning those shed houses out with my mom. And we found things that he could not find when he was alive because he would always take stuff. And if he didn't feel like he needed to use it at the right time, he would just put it in the shed house. And then when he needed it again, he couldn't find it because it was in the shed house. And I found all those things. I found paint, I found screws, I found tools. Y'all, I don't think I've worked this hard. I don't think I've worked this hard since I was in marching band in high school. Seriously, in retrospect. Because in marching band, we had to go to okay, I'll tell you a story. When I was in marching band in high school, actually I started in middle school in 7th grade, but it was considered the high school band. And I had to put on this harness for my snare drum, and we had to march like 7:30 in the morning every day to get the show right for the football games. We marched, and I had to learn the music, and I had to march and learn the steps and know where to go. Y'all, I tell you what, the work that I did at home reminded me of that marching band experience. Now, I'm not dogging it. You know why? Because I realized, people, I turned 49 on July 17. Time waits for no man. I turned 49 on July 17, and I've had in my mind, Tavis, you've got to get yourself together again. Because, there comes a point in life in which you kind of relax And, you don't really care about how you look anymore. And it's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And you're working every day. You're paying bills. You're watching TV after work. And you just get into this mindset of just coming home from work and sitting down. Coming home from work and sitting down over and over and over again. And it's like, I've got to change my life. This is not what I want to be doing, because my body is actually showing what I'm doing, which is absolutely nothing. Seriously. If y'all understand what I'm talking about, comment below. So on the 17th of July, when I turned 49, I was like, wow, man, I'm about to reach 50. And I'm on the younger side of middle age. Am I correct? I know y'all going to probably comment and say no. But people say, Tavish, you look so good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, maybe it's genetics. I don't know. But I tell you one thing, when I look in the mirror, it's like, Tavish, you need to do some changes. So I started walking every day. People, on the last week of June of this year, I started walking every morning. And then I took that home with me when I went home to see my mom. I would get up in the morning about maybe 8 o'clock and walk for like 45 minutes to an hour, walking every day. If it wasn't raining, just walk. And I have this walking stick, because we have dogs and stuff, wild animals. You have to be careful. You have to have something in your hand, at least for me. And I'm walking, and I have seen such a difference. I feel different in my mindset. I feel different in my body. I look at myself, I'm like, I look a little different. Because men, when we get older, if you don't work out, go to the gym or whatever, you start developing these things like man boobs, your stomach gets big. Listen, men, if you want to change your life and not do the extreme thing like working out in the gym all day long, you need to start walking. Get at least 10,000 steps a day. Walking. That will change your life. It has changed mine tremendously. Oh my God. So I'm on this rampage. This is about vinyl, but I'm going to talk to you people. Listen, you need to exercise. And this COVID thing is out there. Let's go on to that. Look at this. You see these? These are the face masks that I have bought, and I have more. I'm sure many of you do too, or maybe you don't. I don't know. All these different face masks that I have bought and people have given me, and I thought the thing was over. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I really do. I hope that you are safe and healthy. And again, I thought this thing was over, and I'm a teacher and I teach kids, and it's hard. Listen, it's hard to do this. Okay, kids, we're going to sing a song, Bingo. There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, people. It's hard as hell. I said it. If I have students watching, I said it. It's hard as hell to teach music. It's hard as hell in general, if you're working, regardless, whatever, to wear a mask over your face. To save yourself from a pandemic. Imagine singing with this mask on. Teaching with this mask on is hell. So, I don't know what the situation is, but we may have to be back to this mask wearing thing when school begins for me. in the middle of August. And I'm just like, God, I thought it was over. You know what I was going to do? All these masks that I had obtained through this past year, I was going to make a burning video. I was going to burn these things. And I wanted you to watch. Even this music one. Well, I don't know. I think I would have kept this one. That's nice, isn't it? It's nice. Okay, I've went off. I have veered off. Okay, welcome to Vinyl Talk with Tavis. I'm Tavis. This is a video that's going to be focused on, at least I thought it was going to be focused on the latest records that I've obtained this summer. And I'm so proud of these records. I hope that you all are doing great. God bless you. I love you. All of my subscribers, I love you so much. Okay, let's begin. We've already begun. This is the last studio album that Ella Fitzgerald did in 1990. She passed in 1996, and I remember having this on CD a long time ago. So I didn't know that it was on vinyl. So I went on eBay, and looked it up, and there it was. And I was so proud to see it, and I bought it immediately. The album is called All That Jazz from 1990. Again, she passed, if I didn't say it, she passed in 1996. So this was her last album. This is, to me, it is an absolute treasure. On Pablo Records, she had been with them for a while. And the song, which is the title of the album, I'm in love with you and all that jazz. You're my wish come true and all that jazz. Baby, you're too much. You got the skin I love to touch. The skin I love to touch too much. And all that jazz. Her voice was not the same. She was up in age. She was ill. But she did this album. And I find this album to be very sentimental to me. She is my favorite female jazz vocalist of all time, second to Sarah Vaughan. I think her and Sarah Vaughan, it's hard to even say she's the first. I love jazz vocalists, and so this album is so beautiful. I love it so much. And Ella Fitzgerald, I love you. I love you. If you're in the heavens, you're singing with the heavenly choir, and you're showing those angels how to scat. Yes, you are. Yes. Okay, this is kind of a surprise. People, this video, I've been waiting to open this just for this video. Now, this, as you can tell, this label, this is a Target exclusive. And every time I go to Target, I see this album, and I just bypass it. But a few days ago, it was like, Tavis, this album is calling your name. Go ahead and get it. So I bought it, and I said, well, when I do my next video, I'm going to unbox it. So this is what I'm going to do. This is a 2 LP solid blue vinyl. I love my color vinyl. So here we go, people. My dear friends, all my wonderful friends in the vinyl community and ongoing. Let me see. Well, I don't have my knife with me, so I'm going to just do the best I can. Let's see. So if you're in Target, you've probably seen this. I'm sure you have. And I love me some Frank Sinatra. I love Frank Sinatra. I love him. And because it's color vinyl, it makes me want to buy it. It made me want to buy it even more. So it's unboxed. Let's see. This is the first time I've seen the inside. It's a gatefold. Let's see. Woo! Look at that, friends. Friends, neighbors. That's him. Oh my God, what a classic photo. Oh my heavens, that is marvelous. And it's a 2-record set. One of my favorite songs from Frank Sinatra is All or Nothing at All. I gotta sing, y'all. Half a love never appealed to me. If your heart never could yield to me, then I'd rather have nothing at all. Wow, I love that song. And that's the first cut on this album set. You see that at the top? All or Nothing at All. Let's see what the vinyl looks like. I am so excited because I haven't even played it. Oh, kids, look at that blue. Now, you know what? It better sound good, too, because sometimes color vinyl sucks. Y'all know it. Sometimes colored vinyl does not sound good. And there's another album in here, but it looks the same, so you don't need to see it again. But it looks like this. I am so proud. Oh, wow. So if you all want to buy this, I mean, it's on Amazon, but every time I go to Target, every Target I go to, whether it's in this state, another state, they always have this. And I finally bought it, so I can't wait to play this right after I upload this video. The Ultimate Sinatra. Okay? I love you, Frank. I love you. Now, people, there is a record store that I go to in Fort Smith, Arkansas called River Valley Records and Collectibles. Now, this guy, his name is Brandon, and I've spoke about him in previous videos. He really has great albums. The thing is that he's in a boutique area. You know, there's many different vendors in the big mall. And so he has this little small area, but he has quality albums. And the records are clean. He doesn't just put up anything. Seriously. I remember getting some James Brown records and other stores, and they have these albums marked up so high, and you look at the record and it's like it's all scratched up, and you know there's going to be sounding all scratchy, but not this guy. This guy gets quality albums. So when I saw this is the Otis Redding album called The Dictionary of Soul, which has the song Try a Little Tenderness. Now, when I tell you that this record is fantastic, I don't even have to tell you. You should know. If you are an R&B, soul, lover of wonderful black male artists, you know that this, look, I didn't even see this. Yum, yum, yum. Is that yum? Oh, I said yum, yum, yum. I'm looking at the screen. But now it says my. I'm so sorry. I don't know when this came out originally. Hold on. Alexa, when did Otis Redding do the Dictionary of Soul?
Here's something I found on the web. According to PiccadillyRecords.com, Otis Redding helped define soul music in 1966 with Complete and Unbelievable. The Otis Redding Dictionary of Soul.
Wow. So, watch this, okay. Alexa, when did Otis Redding die?
Otis Redding died on December 10, 1967 at the age of 26 due to plane crash.
Wow. So, this is a very sentimental album to me. I think every album this is the first album that I've owned by Otis Redding. So when I saw this at River Valley Records and Collectibles, I had to get it. And it's look at this. Top notch. This guy at this place, it's like the record has not even been played. And you go to some record shops and they have these records priced at $30, $40, $50 and they look completely awful. They look ugly. Not Brandon at River Valley Records. No, 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 no. He gets the best. And I'm so proud of this. It sounds so wonderful. Try a Little Tenderness is marvelous. Let me know if you own this. Let me know. My next one, I got the same album at River Valley Records. Look at this. James Brown, Live and Low Down at the Apollo, Volume 1. So apparently, there's a Volume 2. Didn't know about this. Pardon me. Didn't know about this. Well, this is the part in which, he goes to the ground and then someone comes and puts a cape over him and then he pops back up. This is a great album, a great live album. I think James Brown, I could say that he's at his best, or he was at his best when he was live, but I can't say that because his studio recordings are just great, just as great. So when I found this, it was like, I didn't have to think twice. The cover alone, the hardest working man in show business, James Brown. My God. Oh, you want to see the record? Look at this. So proud. So proud of this. Brandon, if you're watching, thank you so much for having such a great record shop. I really appreciate you. Okay, people, I know that if you're a record collector, at least for me, there are records that I have in which I own many copies of. Is that the case with you? It's like when I go to a record shop and I already own a particular record and I see the same record and it's in really good condition. I'm like, okay, I need to get this. Just in case the second one gets stolen because, you have friends who want to borrow stuff. Or maybe you do something to the record and you destroy it in some way. Okay, I had to get Shaft, the soundtrack from Isaac Hayes. People, I have probably 5 versions, maybe 6 copies of this. A student in a previous video, I made a previous video of a student who gave me, he VCLT'd me a colored copy of this vinyl. And I've had previous copies in the past, and I own new ones now. And they were from record shops that I would go to. And when I brought the record home, it was staticky and blah, blah, blah. Again, at River Valley Records in Fort Smith, Arkansas. When I put this on the turntable, people, there's no static. It is phenomenal. This is the first Shaft soundtrack that I have purchased on vinyl that is used, that doesn't have so much static that is unplayable. So again, Brandon at River Valley Records, I appreciate you so much for this. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my other Shaft records. I really don't know. I don't know. But this is a keeper. This is a keeper. This is a treasure. Many people have said that this is Isaac Hayes' best work ever. I would softly say that I agree. But when you hear those cymbals at the beginning, you just know it's going to be good. And so I appreciate this so much. I love it so much. Oh my God. Okay, just a few more. I found Ray Parker Jr.'s Chartbusters. This includes a new remix of Ghostbusters. And this is a classic. It's like a compilation. It's not like it is. It's a compilation of Ray Parker Jr.'s music. It has Ghostbusters, I Still Can't Get Over Loving You, Jamie, Woman Out of Control, The Other Woman, A Woman Needs Love. You can see that. You can read that. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take off this plastic. I know some of you don't like it, but I have some sleeves I want to put it in. Some people don't like when I do that, but I'm doing it. Now look at that. Ooh. Get that dust off. Look at Ray Parker Jr. I remember when Ghostbusters came out. I was so happy. I was so thrilled. The movie is so wonderful. Let's look at this record. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Yes, yes, yes! On Arista Records. Wait. Look. What in the hell? That's why you need to clean your records, people. Wait. There you go. There we go. Okay, Arista Records. Who you going to call Ghostbusters? Chartbusters, that is. From Ray Parker Jr. Ray Parker Jr., if you're happy, Ray Parker Jr., if you're watching this video, I love your music. I love you so much. I love you. What a great songwriter. Okay, now, you know I love my gospel music. I have two 12-inch singles here. This is Tremaine Hawkins. In the morning time, wake up singing hallelujah in the morning time. Y'all, Tremaine Hawkins is a gospel singer. I think she's in her late 60s now. When this album, well, not this particular album, but when this music came out, was it 1986? I'm not sure. Let's see. 1985. I knew, look, I was close. When this record came out, the entire record, she received so much flack because the church people thought that she was going so mainstream, because she was considered very traditional at the time in the late 70s, early 80s. But when she broke out with her album called The Search Is Over, honey, it was over for me because I loved every record, every song on the album is fantastic. But people thought that she was changing. You know, I want to say something about this. We have so many crazy religious zealots, crazy religious bandits who come and try to steal your joy. Now, I love all kinds of music, but gospel music is the music that really catapulted me into learning about music and playing music on my own. So when I heard this, it was like, we can take like songs like Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, and make it sound like Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind. I was say it again. I was blind, but now I see. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, kids, people. Tremaine Hawkins, she came out with that album, The Search Is Over, and it was over. People put her down. But this album, this 12-inch single of In the Morning Time, people, if you don't know about this song, ooh, it's so dusty. If you listen to Wake Up Singing Hallelujah in the Morning Time, I listen to this song before I do my walk. Because I got to give God praise. Because he let me see another morning. I wake up and I have to sing hallelujah in the morning time. People, what a treasure. What a treasure. Tremaine Hawkins. And then I found another 12-inch single. And you have to play it on the speed of 45 RPM. This is from her next album, which is called Freedom. And it features Tito Jackson from the Jacksons, Michael Jackson's brother. She came out with Freedom, and that album received some flack because they thought that she was too mainstream. And she even says that that was probably some of the hardest years of her life because she wanted to present music for the masses and not just for the people in the church, but for people outside of the church. So she had the beat, she had the music, the synthesizers in the 80s. She wanted to kind of reach out and branch out, and she did. But it was not without conflict. It was not without argument. This is called The Rock. One of my favorite songs from the album Freedom, The Rock. Dun, 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 dun. The Rock. Bum, bum, bum. Voices crying in the night. Want somebody? Won't you please take my hand? Hearts are heavy. No day is bright. Seeking shelter from danger in the land. We are climbing each and every day. Just take me higher, higher. Lead the way to the rock. But there are different mixes of that song, The Rock, on here. Man, there's such a history. There was a club called the Paradise Garage it started in the late 70s, 80s, blah, 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 blah. And Larry Levan, a very well-known DJ, and it was mostly, many people in the club were gay, straight, but mostly gay, if you will. And people would dance and blah, blah, blah. And so Tremaine Hawkins performed there. And Larry Levan, the DJ, he made a remix of this wonderful song, The Rock. And I was so glad to find this on eBay. People, all you have to do is search. The Bible says, search and ye shall find. And I found it. Lord have mercy. This is very sentimental to me. When I found Tremaine Hawkins' album Freedom and I heard The Rock, I was changed. Speaking of changed, that's one of her most familiar favorite tunes, Changed. I was changed because it was like, music can sound like this in gospel? Yes. So this is a classic to me, and I find this. There are some albums in your collection, do you agree with me, that are very sentimental? And this is one of them. The Rock. Well, everybody, this is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you so much. I think you all are fantastic. Let's have a little water. I love all of you so much for subscribing to my channel. All of my new followers, thank you. Please follow my Instagram, which is Vinyl Talk with Tavis. All of my followers, I appreciate you so much. And as always, with music, be inspired and stay inspired.